Alright, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakodash. Give double honors to all the elders and the apostles of God Millstone. And the house of David is rising. I'm just over here, doing my little breathing and stretching my legs and thing. And as usual, I'm going to do a little, just a little video, just to put out some vibration, some, strengthening positive energies and positive vibrations out there. If you like some stoic energy, I'm in that kind of mood right now, that kind of, through the spirit, getting into that more of a stoic spirit, Lord willing, through the power and spirit of the Rakakodash. So there's going to be, I believe, in the spirit, I believe there's going to be more of these type of videos, more of these kind of exhortation videos. So I'm just going to hit some precepts that I have in mind to share with those out there to whom it may concern. I'm just at the fringes of this little place here where I like to come. I might just grab a seat and just read some of these precepts, man. These were, I brought this out at camp, and these are good exhortations what Moses gave to Joshua, the successor, Moses' successor. Yeah, there's a seat here. It's all right. We're not too deep in the woods. You can see some light over there, so just on the fringes, and it's where I like to be. Yeah, where I like to be through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai. Hit these precepts. One of my favorites here in Joshua's chapters 1. For the time being, this could be my favorite, in the year of turn up. I usually have a particular scripture that I adopt and keep, and I've always had that kind of spirit. I adopt a particular scripture that I like, and I keep reading and meditating on for myself. And they sometimes last for a couple of months, sometimes a couple of weeks, or sometimes maybe even years, that I really embrace. And I'm going to embrace this one for the year of turn up, and we're in the year of turn up. And things are getting hot through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai, literally and spiritually. So we're bracing ourselves for what is about to come on the earth. Some exhortation from Moses to Joshua. Joshua chapters 1 and 6 says, "Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people thou shalt divide for an inheritance, and the land which I swore unto their fathers to give them." Right. Now we've got a massive promise that we're gonna own. The whole world was given for our sake. So we're preparing ourselves for massive responsibilities to those whom it may concern, the elect out there. "Only be strong," 7, "and very courageous, that thou mightest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee." Right. This is Joshua's exhortation to his to the people that he's leading. Right, which he got from Moses, which Moses my servant commanded thee, turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mightest prosper wheresoever thou goest. Yeah, and I did bring it out on my last walk and talk, and I really liked it so much I got to read it more than once. I got to read it twice. As a matter of fact, I've got to read it twice, more than twice. Yeah. "Mayest prosper wheresoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." Yeah, when I was bringing it out, you remember the title of the video was "There's no one's going to be able to silence this truth." And that's true. The more you try and silence this truth, the bigger it becomes. Yeah, it's like a germ that keeps on growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. They multiply and because we don't die, we multiply. Yeah, this word can't be silenced, man. Yeah, so that's why someone came out and I just had to rebuke them in the Hebrew, man. I rebuke Satan. Yeah, while I was doing the last walk and talk out there in my little spot, getting in, wasn't bothering anybody. I was talking, just talking. I wasn't shouting. and some noise came out, which it was a dog that was hit by a stone. Quiet dog was lurking in the corner, and the stone hit them, and he yelled out. And it was good that he yelled out, because then I knew that I had to put up some curses against him, which didn't make it better for him, made it worse for him. It would have been better if the dog had kept his mouth shut. So if it comes out and it hits you, this truth comes out and it hits you and you yelp, you're a dog that's been hidden by a stone, which is the truth, and it's the great millstone. For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous, then they shall make thou have good success. Let me read that again. For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous, then thou shalt have good success. Because there's nothing you can do against this truth, only for the truth. So if we do things correctly, we're going to make our way successful, which is to read the book of the law. Let's get that precept. Day in and day out, which Joshua did. And was he not successful? Absolutely, he was successful. We know his battles that he had. He was always victorious. This is another precept we want to get. We want to go to Psalms. We're going to go to Psalms 1. To the precept we just looked at in Joshua. This is Psalms 1. It says, to the precept we just looked at in Joshua chapters 1 and 8. Psalms 1 and 1 says, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, but standeth in the way of sinners. Not sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Yeah, we're letting it sink in. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Right. But he delighteth in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day in and day out. Now that reminds me of what Joshua just read, and he meditated on it, and he had to carry on that same vibration, that same spirit to the people that he was teaching, to the people that he was ruling over, that he was leading over. He was a successor of Moses. So, but his delight was in the law, right, Joshua, and us too. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day in and day out. Right now I'm out here, right? And from I got up in the morning, I had in my mind to do, I knew I was going to be doing a video. I couldn't tell you what kind of video I was going to be doing, but I did know I was going to be out here doing my little thing, what I do. Like I say, getting a bit more stoic in the spirit. And after I get down, yeah, feel that stoic spirit on me, get into a video and see how everything turns out and see how things flow. So I'm just going in the spirit right now. Joshua, he told us, what did he tell us? I got to read it more than once, man. I've got to read it more than once, because this is preparing us, if you like, fastening our seatbelts for what is around the corner of the year of turn up. A lot of things have already happened. The heat waves, there's a new thing now where they're definitely going to introduce the mask again. We're hearing about that mask they want to introduce. The rumors of wars is just on the brink. So I think these are very convenient scriptures and attitudes to adopt. Joshua 1, I read it again, and 8 says, This book of the law shall not depart out of my mouth. So what we're going to do, are we going to run from the scriptures? Are we going to run and get chaotic in the time of Jacob's trouble? This is what we're going to do. Yeah, we shall not depart out of our mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou do observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. To get even closer to the Most High in the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? And after you've done that, the spirit that is on you, because you took your time out and you've meditated in the power of the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yeshua, in the law, and you come out, and in Isaiah 13:2 says, Lift up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go unto the gates of the nobles. Right? That we're shaking our hand right now. Even I'm here right now, it's just me. I'm going to say it's not just me, actually. There's someone else here. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is here. The angels are here. And I know that the demons are all around too, right? Because I know that the demons don't sleep. Yeah? But neither do the right hand angels sleep either. Right? So we're bringing out this powerful vibration which is stronger than any kind of negative vibration that is out there. Any kind of negative energy. Yeah? Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go unto the gates of the nobles. Right. Just to let you know that this is raw and uncut. Right, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones from mine anger. Who are the mighty ones? Potentially, we're those men to be called and Lord willing to be chosen. Yeah, to cash out the lottery tickets that we've won, that we've been called for. We want to be chosen, right? The sanctified ones, right? Of my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness, right? I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness, the mighty ones. So yeah, right? So we're lifting up our hand right now, bringing out this truth, and it doesn't matter where you are. You could be out there on the highways and the byways. You could be somewhere lurking in the woods. Yeah, you could be doing that Elijah thing. Yeah, that Elijah thing, or that John the Baptist thing. Yeah, coming out cursing fucking motherfuckers out and then going back into the wilderness. Or you could even be in the wilderness cursing motherfuckers out. The Most High hears, and the vibration is going out there, right? In this case, right now, I'm over in my little spot where I like to be. Just finish up my little workout, hitting up this place here with some lasers, powerful words of truth. Yeah, because Isaiah chapters 30 says, chapters 30 and let's get to it. Chapters 30 and 12 says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay therein, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to be full, swelling out in high wool, whose breaketh cometh suddenly at an instant. Yeah. Right, let me go up to 11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Right. There's a point, a particular point I want here. Let me get to this point in Isaiah chapters 30. Here it is, 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet ye shall not thy teachers be removed unto a corner anymore, but thine ears shall see thy teachers. Right? Yeah, which I elaborated on in my last video. Must bring it out again. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk in it, when ye turn to the right hand or when ye turn to the left. That reminds me of Joshua, the exhortation from Joshua, reading the book every day, day and night, not to go to the left or to the right, to go aside from it, but meditating the book day and night, and also in Psalms 1 and 1, to read in the book also day and night and to meditate therein. Yeah, so to make our way successful, and it also builds you up. Just like if you go training, you're building yourself up. Yeah, through the path, but this is on the spiritual training for what is about to come, what is already here. Yeah, Jacob's trouble is already here. We're at the brink of it. Another precept I want to bring out is Daniel chapters 13, Daniel chapters 12. Let me take my time. And one says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Yeah, like I said in my last video, it's the beginning of times of distress, the beginning of sorrow. All the things we're seeing that's coming upon the earth is the beginning. It's all the beginning. But this is the exhortation. We also are going to have somebody there for us, and not to forget that man who is, that angel I should say, let me read it from the top. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. Right, the great prince Michael, which means who is like God. Yeah, the chief archangel, the warrior. He gonna stand up for us. So stand still and see, as we know the Ten Commandments movie, what Charlton Heston said. Stand still and see the salvation of Yahweh thy power. Which he said another name that begins in J. But we know exactly what was they alluding to. Which is true in the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yeshai. Yeah, Exodus chapters 15. The Lord will fight for us. Stand still. And in chapters 14. Exodus chapters 15 and in chapters 14. Stand still and see the salvation of the Yahweh thy power. He will fight for us for what is about to come upon the earth. Which is right now, as we looked at in Matthew, the last video, it's the beginning of sorrow. Right. So are we precious to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Do we feel precious? Here's a precept for that. Some more exaltation precepts. Matthew 26 and 28 says, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. Right? Yeah? But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Right? Because I was watching the brothers live stream, the main camp, central main camp. It's bringing out a lot of scriptures about wine, and you know I have to chime in a little bit on that. You know, get a little bit of the 2 cents on that, precepts on wine. You know, all of us like looking for. Most importantly, some of us drink a little wine here and there now, but most importantly, we won't get the good thing, the good yayan. We're looking forward to more, and even more importantly, getting it from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yeah, that means salvation up there in the chariots. Because if you're getting to drink the wine with Yahweh Shem Yahushua up there in the chariots, that means you've got your salvation, what you've been longing for, what we've been longing for. If you get to sip that wine, that is what he's saying here. If you get to sip that wine with Yahweh Shem Yahushua from that 100% organic, off the chart, it's not even organic, it's off the chart, above and beyond organic. That's some super untouched wine, though. That's some, off the chart. Let me just leave it there. But it's from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what he's saying. He ain't going to touch no wine until he gets to sip it with his elect, man. And if you get to sip that wine, that means you've been saved, man. That's what we've been looking for. That's what we've been hoping for. That's what we're praying for. And tasting that wine, that's just the cherry on the cake. Getting to taste that untouched wine by human, perverse hands, corrupt hands, pure. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, right, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Enough said on that. Just wanted to bring up one scripture on wine, because I know I'm one of them. I could talk about wine quite a bit too, right? Here's another one. This is to end off, could be to end off the video. Romans chapters 12 and 9 says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Yeah, because we see things. All of us, we've got eyes, we're men in the spirit. Even more importantly, we're spiritual men. We see things in the world, we see things going on that's not right, right? And we know what he's saying here. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, right? Avenge not yourself, man. You think why Yahushua don't see what's going on? If there's anything that's going on that's not right, and we know there is, what we see on the news, yeah? Off the chart corruption, right? All the things that they're talking about in politicians, in the, what they call it, Partygate, 2021 Partygate, the Christmas Partygate. I think it was the year gone, could have been the year before that, but so much things have been happening. The Partygate, when they were telling people to be locked down and they was doing all their partying and people were getting getting plastered and vomiting up on the walls and all kind of things that was going on. And so a lot of people are upset about that. People, you speak even to the E's, a lot of them say that their mothers died in the lockdown, you know, in a lot of them homes, them old people's homes. A lot of their mothers died, their grandparents died, they know people that died while Boris Johnson was having parties. They was being locked down and they couldn't go and visit their parents, so therefore they lost their parents a lot in these lockdowns. So they're upset about it. There's a lot of resentment about that. So hence Boris Johnson's resigned. Yeah, but we don't get upset about that. We know that. Yeah, we don't avenge ourselves, as it says there. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. Right? That's why we keep calm. We don't get bogged down with what the injustice that's going on in the world, because it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Right? With all the things that you're hearing about people getting upset with injustice, corruption in people with positions of authority and power. Right? Avenge not yourself. Yeah? Vengeance is mine, I will repay. Right, that's what we do. We keep it in the scriptures. We know Yehovah Shem Yoshai will repay. And there's a lot of things I've seen too in the Christian church, how injustice that was going on, the hypocrisy that was going on. And a lot of them men who is the perpetrators of that injustice and hypocrisy and oppression the widows. The scriptures talk about not to oppress the widows and the fatherless boys. The scriptures talk about that in Exodus chapters 20, 22. Not to oppress the fatherless boys or the widows, because he will avenge them. As a matter of fact, let's get that one, and then that could be the end. Then we're going to end on that precept. Let's bring this one out. This is I was trying to remember it, but I'm going to read it, man. If there's one thing I've learned from being in the Christian church, right? Let me read this. Let me just read the precept because it says it very well. Exodus chapters 22. I'm out here in the open field, but I'm good. Yeah, the Spirit's flowing. I'm in my element through the power and spirit of Yehovah Shem Yoshai. Yeah, even though we walk through the valley of deep shadow, I fear no evil. Exodus chapter 22, 24 says, 21 says, thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Right, now that's your brother. That applies to your brother, not the wicked. Yeah, the wicked are wicked and they're going to get their judgment. They're going to get their just deserts. Yeah, but we don't oppress our strangers, our brothers, right? We don't oppress them. In other words, we're not malicious. We're imperfect, but we don't do things in a malicious way to hurt our brothers or sisters in a malicious way, right? Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child, right? Who are the fatherless? Who are the widows? You got fatherless children in this truth, right? Your father's not in this truth, but even beyond that, a lot of you are fatherless, literally fatherless. Yeah, you never grew up with your father. Your father may not even know your father. So it's saying here, ye shall not afflict any widow, right? Widow in this truth. Some of the women who are sincere, trying to do what they can do to the best of their ability, applying the principles of order, right? So we don't afflict them. Yeah, it says, ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. And what happens if you do? This is what the scriptures is saying in 23. If thou afflict them in any wise or in any way, and if they cry out unto me, I will surely hear their cry. If you're being afflicted in this truth, as well as it says in Romans 12 and 19, avenge not yourself. You can cry to Yehovah Shem Yoshai, man. Yeah? Because if they cry, if you afflict them in any way, in any wise, and they cry out all unto me, and I will surely hear their cry, right? And my wrath shall wax hot, right? Most High says he will get angry. If you're sincere, you're being afflicted, you feel as though you're being afflicted or oppressed, right? Just like you could be oppressed in your workplace, you could have unjustly by the boss, school, college, or an unjust parent, a wicked parent. Yeah, we know the scriptures say obey your parents. Yeah, but that's relative too, right? You're not supposed to abuse your children. Parents are not supposed to assault or abuse their children. So if that was the case, parents were to oppress or afflict their children in any way, the children can love them, from a distance. But you can still have respect to and abide by that law. But there's no one who has the right to oppress or afflict their children or any fatherless boy, because Moses says he's angry, he will get angry towards them. His anger will wax hot, his wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless boys. That is how the Most High gets down. That's what you call justice. And the Most High is balance, because an unjust scale is an abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We're going to hit off this one as the last one, because how are we going to stay in this truth? We may see things, we do see things, as men, as spiritual men, we may see things, but there's ways to go about doing things in the correct way, in the order. First and foremost, sticking to the scriptures, just like how Joshua did when we opened up. Meditating in the scriptures, reading it day in and day out, and applying it and living it. Here's the last one to end off the video. Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 5:8 says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at that matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Right. So if you see the injustice, the violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not. Right? You see it. Yeah, you see it. You've acknowledged it. But the most important thing is what? Marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they. Yeah, avenge not yourself, Romans chapter 12, because vengeance is mine, I will repay. That's what you do. You can cry out to Yahweh Shimon Shai, yeah, or you can go to proper orders. If it's not that serious, you just cry out to the Yahweh Shimon Shai, whether it be serious or not that serious, and he will bring judgment. Because you don't think for 1 minute Yahweh Hashem Yahushua don't see everything, because his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees everything. So we don't need to avenge ourselves like what they do in the world. Take matters into their own hands, as it says in Romans 12 and 19, what we just read. And also we got Michael. He's gonna get busy. Yeah, when he stands up as a great prince, he's gonna stand up for his children, the elect. Yeah, he's gonna get busy, man. And we're yet to see real. As I say, this movie is yet to get dramatic, and it's getting more and more dramatic. Daniel chapters 12:1. I'm gonna read that again. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. So yeah, just to end up with that, Michael shall stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. He gonna stand up for us, man, and he gonna fight for us, right? We play our position. The angels, in this case Michael, he gonna stand up, he gonna fight for us. Stay in the scriptures, Akim. My exhortation to you, brothers, is in Joshua 1. I'm gonna read it again. That's the exaltation. Stay in the scriptures. 7:1 of Joshua. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mightest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper wheresoever they goeth. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. Let that sink in. But thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mightest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. The key to success, if we didn't know by now, we do now anyway. And I know you know. But these are just exaltations through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shimon Shai. The key to success is staying in the scripts and meditating on them and putting them into practice in our lives. So I want to give our praises to Yahweh Hashem Shai for giving me the spirit to do this video. The house of David is rising. Kwam Yashuala. To the next one.